sports. It's the Bengals going up against the Bills. With that, let's get you up to a snowy Orchard Park. Enjoy the flag getting out of there tonight. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right, 10 yards on the pickup there, and the Bills will move the chains. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route. 2nd down now after the pass completion. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And so often we talk about electric playmakers as we look at the offense here. Sammy Watkins, he's an electric playmaker. Love the word you used. Electric indeed. Dynamic, and this guy makes plays and opens the game up. 3rd down and 3. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And a give this time to the tailback. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there. And the offense trots out onto the field.
And A.J. Green is an absolute playmaker on the perimeter for his team.
The play fake. He'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Marcel Darius forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Now on 4th down, here's Drew Butler in punt formation. Take it at the 37. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
They'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case,
and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
He'll look. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
12 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Bengals a first down.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. Here's Drew Butler now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Watkins alone on the left side. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Back to throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Well, there was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And taken at the 46. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go.
And some room to maneuver. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. And it bangs off the right upright. No good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence. And here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you can see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby. Come on. But no dice that time.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A nice gain of 21 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And in this weather, I know you weren't a quarterback, you were on the defensive side of things, but how hard is it to throw that football?
It can't be easy because you never know how the moisture is going to affect things, and each quarterback handles it differently. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Depends on whether they want to wear a glove, not wear a glove. How cold is it? You know, all those things go into it. But it goes to everything else. Keeping your footing when you're running routes. Supposedly you have the advantage as a receiver because you know where you're going, but that's not easy as well. Finally, just locating the ball when it finally comes through the snow. Kids love snow. Players, not so much at times.
So they're operating in the red zone. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll come out in the pistol. And he'll give it here to his running back. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive lineman won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. That's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
And there's the head linesman right on it to spot him short of the goal line. They gave it to the fullback there, trying to let him just ram his way across. But things are going to get interesting now on 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit! Let's go! Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, Rex Ryan will send in the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. first quarter, no points at all. Now we got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along, or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Shaq Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Watkins alone on the left side. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at the 2. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Bills will extend their lead. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that takes us from second to third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And here come the Bills. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense.
Well, on that last drive.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. He's going to launch this thing way down. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, 32 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll throw now on the final play. Deep drop. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
But when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Cincinnati first down. And quickly they get to the line. To throw now on first down. On the right side, caught by Green. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Green's got it over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down. Three yards left to grab here on third down. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. He'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Gotta figure this is one they need here on third and goal. And they're going to speed things up here.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, Detroit. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Here we go. No. Check.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Eifert, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll run it now out of the gun. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Fielded at the 20. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Third down, still 14 yards left. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold it.
He trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll set up a throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw, and he's got his man on the out route. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Another pistol look here. They come up in an offset eye. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Watkins alone on the left side. They'll look to throw here. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. 5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. And he motions the wide receiver. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Back to throw now on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And now a first down following that long gain. They send Green to the left on his own. They'll look to throw here on first down, and that's incomplete.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. The play-action fake. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bills have recovered. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Second down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. And the wideout in motion. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This is caught. Watkins. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 7, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
He's got his man on the crossing route. That one good for 21 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And this will be taken at the 13. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, this O-line, they've had trouble with the pass rush all game long. This time it cost them 2 points.
I mean, you've got a quarterback back there who's running for his life, and he's had no time to throw the football.